40 Fortunes. Characters in the play: narrator Ahmad, Jamal, minister's wife, king, servant, chief.
40 Thieves. Scene 1.
Once, in the royal city of Isfahan, there lived a young man named Ahmad, who had a wife named Jamal. He knew no special craft or trade, but he had a shovel and a pick. He was a content man, for he often told his wife cheerfully, "If you can dig a hole, you can always earn enough to stay alive." But Ahmad's wife, Jamal, was very ambitious. One day, she told Ahmad, "I want you to sit in the marketplace and be a diviner from tomorrow, or I'll go back to my father's house." Scene 2. Ahmad did as his wife said, although he didn't want to. He sold his shovel and his pick and bought the dice, the board, and the robe of a fortune teller. As soon as he settled in the marketplace, the wife of one of the king's ministers ran up to him. "Diviner, you must help me. I wore my most precious ring to the bath today, and now it's missing. Please tell me where it is." Ahmad gulped and cast the dice. As he desperately searched for something wise to say, he happened to see a bit of a naked arm through a hole in her cloak. So, out of respect, Ahmad leaned forward and whispered urgently, "Madam, I see a hole." Perking up, "Of course, a hole!" She rushed back to the bath and found the hole in the wall where she had hidden her ring for safekeeping and forgotten it. Then she came back to Ahmad and gave him a gold coin. That evening, when Jamal saw the coin and heard the story, she said, "You see, there's nothing to it. Being a diviner is a piece of cake." God was merciful on this day, but I dare not test him on another. "Nonsense! If you want to keep your wife, you will be back in the marketplace tomorrow." Sighs in resignation. "All right, I'll give it a shot just for you." Scene 3. Now, on that very night, at the palace of the king, the royal treasury was robbed. 40 pairs of hands carried away 40 chests of gold and jewels. The king sent for Ahmad, the fortune teller, to find out the treasure. Ahmad realized that he was now in trouble. He would neither be able to find the thieves nor disclose his true identity before the king. He had to think quickly. Thankfully, he knew about 40 chests being stolen away.
"Your Majesty,"
I can tell you, there were 40 thieves. Amazing! None of my own diviners knew as much. But now you must find the thieves and the treasure. Ahmad felt faint. "I'll do my best."
"Your Majesty."
But it will take 40 days.
"Your Majesty."
"One day for each thief." "A long time indeed." "Very well, you shall have it. If you succeed, I'll make you rich. If you don't, you will rot in prison with the others. Ahmed gasps softly. Scene 4. Back home, Ahmed took 40 dried dates and placed them in a jar. I will eat one of these dates each evening. That will tell me when my 40 days are done. Now, it happened that one of the king's own servants was one of the 40 thieves, and he had heard the king speak with Ahmed. That same evening, he hurried to the thieves' meeting place and reported to their chief. There is a diviner who says he will find the treasure and the thieves in 40 days. He is bluffing. But we can't afford to take chances. Go to his house and find out what you can. So the servant climbed up to the terrace on the flat roof of Ahmed's house, and he listened down the stairs that led inside. Just then, Ahmed took the first date from the jar and ate it. He told Jamil, "That's one." The servant gasps loudly and nearly falls over. The thief hurried back to the chief and said, "This diviner has amazing powers. Without seeing me, he knew I was on the roof. I clearly heard him say, 'That's one.' You must have imagined it. Tomorrow night, 2 of you will go." So the next night, the servant and a thief returned to Ahmed's roof when Ahmed ate a second date and said, "That's 2.
The thieves
Nearly tumbled over each other as they fled the roof and reported this to the chief. So the night after that, he sent 3 of the thieves, and the next night 4, then 5, and so it went on till the 40th night, when the chief went himself. So all 40 thieves climbed up to Ahmed's roof, while Ahmed gazed at the last date in the jar, then sadly took it out and ate it. That's 40. The number is complete. Just then came a loud banging at the door. Sighs. The king's men already. He knew he could hide no more, so he went to the door and unbolted it, calling, all right, I know why you're here." He swung the door open. To his astonishment, he saw 40 men kneeling before him and touching their heads to the ground again and again. "Of course you know, O great diviner, nothing can be hidden from you. But we beg you not to give us away." Ahmed realized that these must be the thieves. He thought fast and said, "Very well, I won't turn you in. But you must replace every bit of the treasure. At once, at once."
Scene 5.
Early the next morning, Ahmed appeared before the king.
Your Majesty,
"My magic arts can find either the treasure or the thieves, but not both. Which do you choose?" "The treasure, I suppose, though it's a pity not to get the thieves. The boiling oil is all ready for them." "Well, never mind. Tell me where the treasure is, and I'll send my men right away." "No need."
Your Majesty,
Ahmed waved his hand in the air and said, "Pish posh, wish wash, mish mosh. By my magic, The chests have returned to their place. The king himself went with Ahmad to the treasury and found it so. He declared Ahmad his royal diviner. Bowing, "Thank you,
Your Majesty.
but I'm afraid that's impossible. Finding and restoring your treasure was so difficult, it used up all my
Powers.
I shall never be a diviner again." "What a loss! Then I must doubly reward you. Here, take 2 of these chests for your own." So Ahmad returned home to Jamel, safe, rich, and a good deal wiser. And as any diviner could have foretold, they lived happily ever after. Aaron Shepard, adapted.